Hello, my name is Cody Richardson, and today we're going to talk about deforestation and why it needs to stop, and why it has such a negative impact on the planet. First of all, deforestation is removing a forest for other uses such as settlement, pasture, and fuel, and this results in loss of habitat, meaning nowhere for the animals to go, and also loss of biodiversity because the animals have nowhere to go, they eventually die off in the area. And also it contributes to soil erosion because the tree roots aren't there to keep the soil together. The causes of deforestation has agriculture at 80%, logging at 14%, and urbanization and globalization at the remaining 16%. This causes environmental problems, deforestation does, such as global warming and enhanced greenhouse emissions. Because plants are unable to perform photosynthesis in the areas that need it, and CO2 just builds up in the areas that there aren't any. The water cycle is also affected in that plants transpire, they sweat just like we do to remain cool, and that in turn gives water off into the atmosphere in large amounts, especially where there are many trees. Forests extract carbon dioxide and pollutants from the air, basically filtering the air. That's why in cities where there aren't very many trees, the air is a whole lot more heavy with CO2. And that also contributes to biosphere stability. More CO2, less biosphere stability. Tropical rainforests produce 30% of our planet's fresh water, but in the past 9 years, tropical forests have been the main target of deforestation. Deforestation has intensified in the past 20 years and is expected to increase. Every hour, 4,500 acres of forest, or 7 are cut down. That's 18 million acres every year, with at least 1.6 billion people demanding all this timber. This puts a huge strain on forests, with less biodiversity in areas where trees are in high demand, such as third world countries. This can destroy genetic variations of plants that have over the years gained defenses from pests and diseases. And this can also destroy our sources for medicines, things that we use every day like ibuprofen. If rates continue as they are, forests will almost be depleted by 2100. Since 1850, deforestation has directly contributed to 35% of all CO2 emissions. Between 1980 and 2000, 55% of new agricultural land replaced forests. 6 million square miles of forest cut down in the past 300 years, and all of this is directly influenced by population growth. Deforestation affects the amount of natural resources, such as rubber, and smarter control of the industries doesn't seem to help, as many are illegally cutting down trees anyways. Reasons deforestation needs to stop at such an alarming rate is because trees provide for food for animals, and in turn that helps balance the ecosystem and keep the food cycle rolling in those areas. Trees absorb light and heat energy instead of reflecting it back into the atmosphere, where it could contribute to more greenhouse effect. And desertification happens in areas where trees are cut down prior to the years, and the temperature slowly fluctuates into a desert-like biome with hot days and super cold nights. This deforestation also displaces native peoples in their areas, causing them to go into other territories with other natives, and they could possibly have feuds, and that would not be good at all. There's also increased dust in the air, with trees not being able to hold down the dirt in the area, and with no trees, it also becomes very dry and baked. And also, last but not least, the destruction of the ozone. The ozone is very important in that it helps prevent sunburns and it filters out the harmful rays of the sun. With CO2 emissions rising, they're slowly eating away at the ozone, and this is bad. Without it, the Earth would soon overheat, and there's no telling what could happen then. So this is why deforestation needs to stop. Thank you for listening.